Welcome to Coffee and a Weather Map with Jeff. It is Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. We're going to jump into things. Sorry for no posting yesterday. We had boat things that we had to take care of early in the morning, so I never got a chance to go back and record. All right, starting where we usually do with the upper air analysis. You can see the main trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere has moved out over the East Coast and New England. That has left us in what's known as northwest flow here. That can cause problems due to the fact that it's cooler air that's being advected in, pushed in out of Canada aloft while things heat up here at the surface. So that allows for little bumps in the road, like the one you see there in northern Minnesota, to be able to create showers and thunderstorms as it moves through. Moving on, we can kind of see that idea with that surface trough that moves into the upper peninsula of Michigan with that, even though we do have high pressure over most of the eastern part of the United States. Looking at South Texas, there is a front, although I analyzed it this morning as a trough of low pressure that is triggering showers and thunderstorms mainly along the coast, and we'll show a little bit of that on the radar here in just a second. And that goes all the way up into New Mexico, and that's where we have some of these showers and thunderstorms. You can see there's a whole thing of low pressure and troughs that run from the Pacific Northwest down the front range of the Rockies, and that will cause showers and thunderstorms areas across it on a national scale as well. And we will jump over here. WPC, the Weather Prediction Center, had analyzed this as a trough. I analyzed it as a cold front. I kind of thought there might be a little bit more cool air, although I probably just did that out of haste. Anyway, but you can see the basic idea where all the rain is at with that system that's moving down into the upper peninsula currently. It will get to us here later on, probably late this afternoon, this evening, in lower Michigan, starting with the northern part of lower Michigan coming up. All right. For South Texas, that stationary front that WPC had, there is my trough that I have written across this. And you can see where the showers and thunderstorms are taking their focus with that nearby. That is expected to continue to cause issues around there, issues as far as showers and thunderstorms. So maybe not a great beach day, but it's not a bad beach day down there on the middle Texas coast. So to kind of show with what the radar is doing across the region, here is the MRMS off of RadarScope this morning. You can see the showers and thunderstorms are moving down out of the north across Lake Superior and into the upper peninsula. They'll be into northern lower Michigan here probably by the afternoon, with some of that, with more expected, as you see there, up into northwest Ontario and the Canadian prairies. Down in South Texas, you can see all the rain showers currently around Port Lavaca, but as things warm up and we do have that little area of low pressure, that trough that's in the area, that will probably kick off some more showers and thunderstorms across a good portion of South Texas. Maybe not quite all the way back to Laredo, but there is a small chance back there as well. And as I was talking about all those other areas, the Pacific Northwest down into the Front Range, you can see the showers and thunderstorms that have been forming along that trough, and that will be an issue, at least on a national scale, for WPC and SPC to look at. And we'll take a look at that here coming up. All right. Back to this. One brief thing to kind of talk about. The Hurricane Center still has Fernand It's out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. It's going to pass north of the Azores, and that's these little islands over here, and is expected to become post-tropical within the next day and a half. So it's not too much longer. And then after that, or at least in the next 7 days, there's nothing expected. In fact, going out further than that, there's only a 20% chance down in the main development region of anything forming, at least on by CPC standards. And the other thing that they were mentioning, well, and the other thing that I've seen other people mention is that there really isn't anything on the models that looks to be going, especially for the Gulf. What we really have is maybe a few stray tropical storms / maybe hurricanes that'll get into the Atlantic, but it's so spread out right now. There isn't any good clear signal on anything forming like we've had over the last couple of weeks. Okay, today with SPC and WPC, the SPC, there's a lot of general thunder across a good portion of the United States. You know, the upper Great Lakes, we have some in the northern plains, all the way out to the Pacific Northwest. We kind of talked a little bit about that, and with those troughs of low pressure that go down into the central and southern plains. We do have that trough of low pressure in South Texas, not expected to be necessarily excessive heavy rain, but it will have showers and thunderstorm impacts around South Texas. Otherwise, on a national scale, they do have a slight risk for heavy rain in Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, and Colorado, as well as up in Idaho, with all the showers and thunderstorms that are occurring around that area, those areas of low pressure in that region. Tomorrow looks like much of the same. Looks like we are in South Texas. Most of that's going to be out of the way. Maybe just the Victoria Crossroads would get in on the showers and thunderstorm activity. And we'll take a look at the chances for precipitation here shortly. Otherwise, the upper Great Lakes, the showers and thunderstorms that we're expecting here over today, this afternoon into tonight, would probably continue on at least for part of tomorrow before moving out. And then day 3, the upper Great Lakes should be dry. We'll see if we get any wind out of it. It could end up being breezy again during that time. We are coming up on the Labor Day weekend, so plan accordingly as we get out. Although day 3 is only August 30th, so just remember that we will be the August 29th, so we still have a few more days out before we get into that. Otherwise, South Texas looks like most of it's going to be dry. The showers and thunderstorms should be contained mainly north in south central Texas and places north. There is a marginal risk for excessive heavy rain through the rest of Texas, and then up the Colorado Front Range, in the Front Range of the Rockies, I should say, all the way up into Montana and the northern plains. So let's start with Texas first. High temperatures today are going to be right around 90 degrees in the middle Texas coast and the coastal bend. Coastal plains may be a little warmer, up closer to 95, and then as you get further off to the west into the brush country and the Rio Grande plains, you're looking at 95 to 105. As a boat is coming in. Temperatures for tomorrow, which is Thursday, look to be a little bit warmer. We're noticing that the 95 to 100 range there in the coastal plains is starting to encroach a little bit more, so that areas like Mathis and Beeville are 97, 98 degrees. The hundreds are still just off to the west, but it's 100 to 105 in the brush country and the Rio Grande plains, and we are still looking at upper 80s along the Gulf Coast. And of course, upper 80s across the Gulf Coast. That's always a great place to get away from all of this. And since the thunderstorm activity should be lessening the next couple of days, that may be a great place to go. There's a low chance or low risk for rip currents at this point. The The 100-degree temperature now has gotten in on Beeville, Mathis, and almost to Kingsville, but also down to Falfurrias. The entire brush country looks like it's 100 to 105, with Laredo clocking in with 105 for a high temperature that day. All right, let's take a look at those precipitation chances for North Texas. We'll kind of run through North Texas, for South Texas. You can see that we start off with the chance for rain today, and then as it goes on, we do have some sea breeze activity that comes in, and then things start to clear up. So here's this morning going into the afternoon as the sea breeze goes through, and then things start to clear out as we get into Thursday and Friday. All right, let's take a look at Michigan now. All right, high temperatures today in Michigan will be 70 to 75 across it. This will probably be one of the warmer days here coming up in the next couple of days at least, as that front is to the north. It's just barely visible with getting the upper 60s there in the upper peninsula. However, once the front goes through and we have some of that rain, you can see northern lower Michigan wants to stay 60 to 65, while southern lower Michigan looks like it is going to be 65 to lower 70s. So southwest lower Michigan could get to 75, like in Grand Rapids. Otherwise, over on the east side of the state, we're looking at 70s, or right around 70 degrees with all this. However, then by Friday, we're looking at temperatures pretty much in the 60s across lower Michigan and the upper peninsula as well, it looks like. We've got temperatures around 60 to 65 there. In northern lower Michigan, it looks like 65 to 70, although I would not be surprised if we have cool enough air, if we don't clear out, that we will struggle to get to 70 degrees on Friday. So what does our precipitation chances look like for Michigan? Well, it starts off kind of dry, although you can see the stuff coming in from the northern part, up around the upper peninsula this morning. It stretches across everything. By tomorrow, it moves through, and so that by Friday, things should dry out. So we'll see that again here as it moves in this morning. It moves in this morning and then moves down into northern lower Michigan by the afternoon, and spreading across into the region the rest of the afternoon and tonight into tomorrow. Eventually that moves out, and then it clears out. Thanks for listening. If you want to, you can always like and subscribe on YouTube or Facebook, Instagram, and X. I have a whole list in the description below of where you can get a hold of me. Leave comments if you have any questions, and if you want your own forecast for any specific event, let me know. I can help you out. With that, take it easy and have a good day.